Man, her hair looks great. Hope that you can hear you, dude.
Riding on the waterline, trying to figure out if I'm above the fall. Maybe I should take some time and practice staring at the wall. When I'm looking through the glass, I can only see the half that I can see. But I woke up, didn't know if I had fallen back to sleep. Was I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Is this happening to me? Yeah, I woke up and I noticed all these little things. Hey, someone pinch me. Yeah, this is alright. This is my life. This is my life. All the things that I've ignored, hid behind the open door and out of mind. Like a prayer on a post-it note that I forgot I wrote and left behind. I've been waiting on a bell, spinning on a carousel that I can't stop. But I woke up, didn't know if I had fallen back to sleep. Was I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Is this happening to me? Yeah, I woke up and I noticed all these little things. Will someone pinch me? Yeah, this is alright. This is my life. Yeah, this is my life. Not everything is right. This is my life. Not everything is wrong. This is my life. But I woke up, didn't know if I had fallen back to sleep. Was I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Is this happening to me? Yeah, I woke up and I noticed all these little things. Hey, someone pinch me. Yeah, this is alright. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. This is my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's so great to be here in Canada. Take a little break from my homeland. You know I need to. And it's so great to be back in Niagara Falls. It's a magical place. I stood at the end of the rainbow today. I mean, literally, I know. I didn't know you could see the end of a rainbow. I haven't been taking drugs, I promise. Just drinking coffee. I'm gonna play, wait, what was that? Oh, they're legal here. Good to know. You don't really need them with all those rainbows. I'm gonna play a bunch of songs, well, a handful of songs. And I have so many albums to choose from that I decided to choose some that are newer, like the one I just played from an album I have called A Simple Trick to Happiness, that has all the tricks of life. And in the song, I can't believe it, it's like what I said, I can't believe this is my life. This is so great that I've been able to come here for over 30 years to play music. Not this space exactly, because I know it only opened a few years ago, but you know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna play a song from my album called Tales. It came out 30 years ago or more. Goes like this. Do you eat, sleep, do you breathe me anymore? Do you sleep, do you count sheep anymore? Do you sleep anymore? Do you take flight on my tongue like lead? Do you fall gracefully into bed anymore? Cause I saw you as you walked across my room. You looked out the window, you looked at the moon, and you sat on the corner of my bed, and you smoked with a ghost in the back of my head. Now I don't know, and I don't care if I ever will see you again. No, I don't know, and I don't care if I ever will be there. Oh, do you eat, sleep, do you breathe me anymore? Do you sleep, do you keep me anymore? Cause you kick my foot under the table, I kick you back. Can't say I'm able to stand for you or fall for you ever again. Wish for a perfect setting, wishing that I am letting you take me where you want me all over again. Well, you can't give yourself, no, absolutely, to someone else. Now I don't know, and I don't care if I ever will see you again. No, I don't know, and I don't care if I ever will be there. Cause I saw you as you walked across my room. You looked out the window, you looked at the moon, and you sat on the corner of my bed, and you smoked with a ghost in the back of my head. Do you eat, sleep, do you breathe me anymore? Do you sleep, do you count sheep anymore? Do you sleep anymore? Well, I don't know, and I don't care if I ever will be there. Will be there. She wanted to be a cowboy, she was shooting down, she was tramping around, and he walked in crooked with the clear blue eyes. There's a nice pool in my motel, you wanna go for a swim? That night he moved in. Well, the time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. And the time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. Well, at night night she'd sit and wait for the sound of his feet on the doormat, sound of his hand on the doorknob, sound of her heart beating in her head. And he'd go out playing nickel slots cause he knew he'd lose. She didn't know, so she couldn't choose. Well, one night while sleeping, alone in her bed, the phone rang. She woke up and sat up and said, "What time is it? What time is it?" Well, it's 5:30 here, and it's 2:30 there, and I won't be home tonight. He said, "The time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. The time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. It's sometimes called falling in love." Now she sits in a booth in a diner, waiting for someone to take her order, waiting for someone to come and sit down. And she rubs a smudge off the photograph and puts it back into her purse. Well, the gray sky was romantic as he was holding her hand. He was her man. The time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. The time between meeting and finally leaving is sometimes called falling in love. It's sometimes called falling in love. Well, she wanted to be a cowboy. She was shooting down. She was tramping around. Thank you so much. Wow, that song reminds me of the 90s. That song comes from my album Firecracker. And I remember the times. That was such a time. I remember coming up here playing at like Much Music. And also that was around the time that Sarah McLachlan started the Lilith Fair. I don't know if you've seen the documentary that just came out, but I got to go to the premiere, and it brought back so many memories. I was also speaking in it, so it was reminding me what I said when they interviewed me in the movie. But I also remembered back in the 90s, and that song I just played, Falling in Love, it was on my Firecracker album, but also I played it a lot during Lilith Fair, and I would have a guest to come sing with me. It was Emmylou Harris, and she's on the Lilith Fair album with me singing that song. It's very, very exciting golf clapping. All right. I'm gonna continue on with all right, you won a prize. You're like in the front row too. I'm gonna play a song from an album I made called No Fairy Tale with a friend of mine named Chad Gilbert from the band Newfound Glory, who's a poppy punky rock band from they're like from the OC, from the Southern California area. And he said, Lisa, because I hadn't made a grown-up record in a while, I started making family-friendly records, and then like for kids, and then I actually had a child, and started having children, And so Chad was saying, Lisa, you gotta make a record. And I was like, I want to. And he's like, no, you really need to make a record. You should make a poppy punky record. I was like, okay, yes. Actually, we weren't even talking. We were just texting. Because he's younger. He's like, and then I was like, no, seriously, I do want to make this record. And he was like, I'm like, dude, so we ended up making the record. And he brought in some friends of his to work on it, Tegan and Sarah. They wrote a couple songs for it. I know, it was so cool. And I'd like to play you one of the songs. It's called No Fairy Tale, just like the album, and it's about the metaphor of a fairy tale. Let me get my chalkboard, hold on one second, so we can talk about metaphors. I'm not gonna actually get a chalkboard, but in my mind, before I had children, I thought of fairy tales as like the perfect life. I grew up in the 80s, and you wanted to make sure everything seemed perfect. Actually, they're doing it again on social media. If everything looks perfect, it must be perfect. But actually behind the veil, it's usually not that perfect. And I learned throughout the years that actually like an actual fairy tale, which I found out after I had children, I would read those like, I don't know, Sleeping Beauty, and it was really, really scary. And there were really scary pages we had to skip because fairy tales were not perfect. They were really scary. They were like trees that would come alive and try to get you in the forest. But anyway, this is not that version of the fairy tale. This is that metaphor of the fairy tale where you think everything's perfect. But actually when you live your life the way it really is, with ups and downs, it's a much more rich life. So that's what this is going to be about. A prince in the summer was a drag in the spring. Oh, how could you know that he took off his ring and everything you wanted behind the castle wall? 100 white horses were stuck in the stall. It's no fairy tale, but there's no breadcrumb trail to lead you back, but it's just as well, and that's the better one to tell. You tried, but you can't bear the weight of the glitter and the glue, so you lie down to dream of the kiss that would wake you. And once upon a time can lead to a happily ever after, but when the tears are real, so is the laughter. It's no fairy tale, but there's no breadcrumb trail to lead you back, but it's just as well. And you can close the book and curse the turn it took, and tell the true story of how it fell, and that's a better one to tell. And when it's told, the leaves are turning red and gold, and no one had to come along and cast a spell. But it's no fairy tale, no, there's no breadcrumb trail to lead you back, but it's just as well. And you can close the book and curse the turn it took, and tell the true story of how it fell, and that's a better one to tell. That's a better one to tell. Thank you so much. I'm going to play a song that has taken me all over the world, into many karaoke bars. And I will continue to play more songs after I play this one, so don't leave yet. Thank you so much. What's that? Oh, maybe You know what? Let me play this and then I'll play a couple of requests, all right? Of my own songs that I wrote, or play, or record. This is a song that I wrote back in the early 90s, and I originally wrote it for Daryl Hall. I was trying to write a song for Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates, because I had just moved to New York after going to college, and I had been writing songs since I was a little kid, and I heard through a music business person that Daryl Hall was looking for songs for a solo record. And so I thought I could write a song like a Sarah Smile kind of song, you know, with a cool groove, you know? I sound more like Shania Twain than Daryl Hall does, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, I tried to write a song like that, and about halfway through I found out Daryl Hall was not in need of a song from me, a young 22-year-old in New York City. So I finished the song myself, and I recorded it. I was excited to record it with my band Night Stories, and then my friend Ethan Hawke, who was one of my neighbors at the time in New York, and we worked together a lot. He had a theater company. I used to write music for his plays, and there was a whole bunch of us. It was like a band of fun, you know, theater people. We were so fun. No, but there were musicians and writers and playwrights and actors, and we all ran around New York City and went to each other's shows and movies and concerts. And so Ethan asked me for this song specifically. He wanted to give it to the director of the movie Reality Bites that he was shooting. And there were a lot of different things that happened, but in the end, Ben Stiller and the powers that be decided to put the song into the movie and into the soundtrack. And a radio station down in Houston decided to start playing it, and then it caught on like wildfire, in a good way. And it went to #1 in the US while I was still an independent artist, and since then it's taken me everywhere. And you know that it's serious because we've changed the lyrics to it. It's been parodied. Craig Robinson has changed all the words and dressed up as me in the movie Hot Tub Time Machine 2. And I'm okay with that. Craig later joined me on one of my family-friendly records. Anyway, I'm gonna play this song for you now, and I don't get tired of playing it, so don't worry about it, okay? You say I only hear what I want to. You say I talk so all the time, so. And I thought what felt simple, and I thought that it don't belong. Now that I am leaving, now I know that I did something wrong, 'cause I missed you. Yeah, yeah, I missed you. You say I only hear what I want to. I don't listen hard. Don't pay attention to the distance that you're running to anyone, anywhere. Don't understand if you really care. I'm only hearing negative. No, no, no bad. So I turn the radio on, I turn the radio up, and this woman was singing my song. Lovers in love and the others run away. Lover is crying 'cause the other won't stay. Some of us haven't really weep for the other who was dying since the day they were born. Well, this is not that thing that I'm throwing, but I'm thrown. And I thought I'd live forever, but now I'm not so sure. You try to tell me that I'm clever, but that won't take me anyhow or anywhere with you. Said that I was naive and I thought that I was strong. Oh, I thought I could leave, oh. Now I know that I was wrong, 'cause I missed you. Yeah, I missed you. Said you caught me 'cause you want me, and one day I let me go. You try to give away and keep up, or keep me 'cause you know you're just so scared to lose. And you say Thank you so much. All right, I heard one request already. Somebody shouted at me. I'm gonna play that for you. Huh? Yes. I should have started with asking for the request. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna play a few of these songs. I heard this one first because the person shouted it out first. It's a song that I wrote for a movie called Twister about a tornado chaser. And later they ended up using it also in the movie Jack Frost. Spoiler alert, a man turns into a snowman or a snowman turns into a man. I don't know. This year I'm gonna watch the movie, I promise. I didn't come this far for you to make this hard for me. Now you want to ask me why. It's like, how does your heart beat? How do you cry? How does your heart beat? And how do you breathe? Why did you come here? We weren't invited. When you were on the outside, well then stay on the outside. Now you want to ask me why. It's like, how does your heart beat? And how do you cry? How does your heart beat? And there are some things that I'd like to figure out. Yeah, there are some things that I can do without. Like you and your letters that go on forever. You and the people who were never friends. Never friends. Never friends. With all the things that you could be, you never could learn how to be me. Now you want to ask me how. It's like, how does your heart beat? And why do you breathe? How does your heart beat? Why do you breathe? How do you breathe? How do you breathe? Thank you so much. I heard this next one a few times out there, and I just was talking about a tornado. This one's called Hurricane. I live out in Los Angeles. My guitar's not used to the cold. boy by the side of the road. He warned me, he told me. He said, there's this woman, she's a hurricane. She will heal your heart. She's hurrying. She said, don't look for holidays. Don't look, just run away. Go suffocate and choke your own cry. Go where the water seeps from the pink sky. But behead this woman, she's a hurricane. She will heal your heart up. She is hurrying. Remember your reflection in a pool, in a puddle. And the leaves sped top speed towards me, and my image was muddled. I'm a light-headed wonder. Don't you see my mind slow down? I'm a light-headed wonder. Don't you see my mind slow down? Slow down. I've compassion for strangers and affinity for danger. Won't you be my sacrifice? I'm a light-headed wonder, she said. Don't you see my mind slow down for you? And for you. You're a headless woman, you're a hurricane. You will heal my heart up. No, I will heal my own heart up. 'Cause you are hurting. Yeah, I'm a sunburned slap upon your arm. I'll twist you till you break. And you're a hurricane. Thank you so much. I'm gonna play, I was talking about family-friendly music earlier. I started making kids music about 25 years ago. Before I had children, before I cared that much about children. I just was really nostalgic and I wanted to live in the 70s musically. And all the music I listened to when I was a kid, including some kids' records like Free to Be You and Me by Marlo Thomas, right? I love that record. Really Rosie by Carole King. And then there was a bunch of other stuff that you couldn't quite tell when you were a kid if it was for grown-ups or kids. You didn't know the difference. The Carol Burnett Show, Steve Martin, early Sesame Street, songs like Afternoon Delight, which was about eating watermelon in a forest somewhere on a picnic. Blanket. I wanted to make music like that, so I started making kids music. My second kids record I made is one of the most important to me. It's called Camp Lisa, and because I don't know if anyone here goes to summer camp or went to summer camp, yeah? Like sleepaway camp? Summer camp, I loved it so much, and I wanted to make a record that had songs on it that were literally from when I grew up in summer camp in Texas, or songs inspired by summer camp, and then all the proceeds of the record go to send kids to summer camp, and I have a foundation to send kids to summer camp. So I'm so excited about that. But I'm gonna play you one of the songs from that record. It's about a pancake. Does anyone here like pancakes? Yes. Yeah, so if you want, this is a spoiler alert, but you can roll with the pancake. Second spoiler alert of the show, sorry. You can roll with the pancake, you can cheer for the pancake, and you can ride with the pancake. All right, and this kind of sounds like a banjo to me, so we asked a banjo player to come and play on it, and we got Steve Martin came in and played on this song, guys. He was in the studio and he'd be playing the part in the studio behind the glass, and he was like, we're like, good job, Steve. Martin. He'd go lean back to play more of his part, and we're like, oh my God, Steve Martin's here. Sorry he's not here tonight, but he was under the weather and he couldn't. I was literally under the weather today when I was in the Maid of the Mist, but it's not called the Maid of the Mist anymore, in the whatever boat, driving near the falls. They should call it the Midst of the Mist. I know most of you have never been there before, but just because you live there doesn't mean you can't go there. It's always breakfast Thursday nights for dinner time. Orange juice, oatmeal, eggs, and waffles served at 5. But once there was something I didn't recognize. It was harder than the table, so I thought it was my plate. I hit it with a hammer, but it wouldn't even break. It slipped upon some syrup and the butter ricocheted. And it rolled and it rolled and it rolled and it rolled, the disappointing pancake. It rolled and it rolled and it rolled and it rolled, the disappointing pancake. Rolling toward the baseball field just down the road. The pitcher on the mound was winding up to throw. The crowd yelled, batter, batter, he felt so at home. He rolled right up to the catcher who had somehow lost his mitt, who put the pancake on his hand and like a glove it fit. And then he caught the final ball he surely would have missed. And they cheered and they cheered and they cheered and they cheered for the disappointing pancake. They cheered and they cheered and they cheered and they cheered for the disappointing pancake. The catcher threw his pancake mitt into the sky. The wind picked up the pancake, soared for miles high. And when it finally landed, it was just in time for a bike rider who hit a bump. His tire needed air. The pancake rolled right in and made a temporary spare. They pedaled to the bike shop where they'd get a quick repair. And they rode and they rode and they rode and they rode on the disappointing pancake. They rode and they rode and they rode and they rode on the disappointing pancake. He was a manhole cover in Manhattan, a lily pad in Padua, sombrero in some little town in Spain, a satellite in Saddle River, a knee patch in Saskatchewan, a coaster on the chilly coast of Maine. The pancake made its way around the world, jumping in and helping where he could. Oh, then I looked outside and saw a glow. Maybe it's the moon or just a UFO. The pancake floated from the heavens to my bed and landed like a pillow underneath my head, where I dreamt sweet pancake dreams as I slept. The pancake disappointed me at breakfast, yes it's true, but there are many other things that this pancake can do. I'd like to think that pancakes are a bit like me and you. And we roll and we roll and we roll and we roll like a disappointing pancake. We roll and we roll and we roll and we roll like a disappointing pancake. We roll and we roll and we roll and we roll. Not so disappointing pancake. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank you so much for being here on time for the show. I'm excited about the other bands. I had the pleasure of interviewing the Crash Test Dummies recently for my radio show on Sirius XM 90s on 9. And I'm also excited to see the Northern Pikes. And I want to thank my sound engineer. Thank you so much, Cameron. Thank you from the venue. Thank you, Joe, for helping me on monitors. And Jeff on lighting. I'm going to see you right after this. I'm going to go sign posters and stuff. And also, I'll see you after the show. Thank you so much. You've been a great audience. When I'm done with thinking, then I'm done with you. And when I'm done with crying, then I'm done with you. When I feel so tired, then I'm done with you. You're trying to convince me that what I've done is not right. And I get so frustrated, I stay up every night. And you ask me for an answer, and I'm so tired and I'm up in the air. Yeah, I'm up in the air. Yeah, everybody feels this way sometimes. Everybody feels this way, and I do. You can't hear it, but I do. You can't hear it, but I'm feeling this way. Just because you say that I will be ignored, and I will be denied, and I could be erased, I could be brushed aside, and I will get scared, and I will get shoved down, but I feel like I do because you push me around. I'm starting to ignore you. I've doubted you so long. I'm tired of overthinking, and I know you don't belong. And now I'm asking questions, 'cause no one pushes me around. You know, everybody feels this way sometimes. Everybody feels this way, and I do. You can't hear it, but I do. You don't seem angry, but I